June 2nd, just another day on the calendar. Or is it? This single date has witnessed witch executions, government massacres, and acts of terror that shook entire nations. 5 stories, 5 moments that prove history never really ends. Let's begin. She wore a red dress. She owned a tavern. That was enough to get her killed. June 2nd, 1692, Bridget Bishop became the first person hanged during the Salem witch trials. No evidence, no fair trial, just panic, gossip, and a community that needed someone to blame. 19 innocent people would follow her to the gallows. The real horror? It wasn't magic that killed them. It was ordinary people making ordinary choices, driven by fear. They marched with portraits of Lenin. The Soviet army shot them anyway. June 2nd, 1962, Russian factory workers took to the streets after wages were cut and food prices raised overnight. They carried red flags. They sang Soviet hymns. The government sent in troops and opened fire. At least 26 people died. The bodies were secretly buried in unmarked graves across the region. The USSR hid this massacre for 30 years. Most Russians still don't know what happened. One bullet, one unarmed student, 1 decade of terrorism that followed. June 2nd, 1967, Benno Onasorg, a 26-year-old student, attended his very first political protest. A police officer shot him in the head. He was unarmed. The officer was acquitted. The outrage that followed radicalized an entire generation of German youth and directly inspired the formation of a terrorist cell that would operate for the next 10 years, named simply Movement 2nd of June. 168 people died, 19 of them were children, and he felt absolutely no remorse. June 2nd, 1997, Timothy McVeigh was convicted for the deadliest domestic terror attack in American history, the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing. He considered himself a patriot. He called the 19 children in the daycare center collateral damage. In his final statement, he quoted a poem about being the master of his own fate. He was executed in 2001, showing no regret. Some evil is impossible to explain. He was your neighbor, your taxi driver. Nobody suspected a thing. June 2nd, 2010, Derek Bird, a quiet, middle-aged cab driver in rural England, woke up and killed 12 people across 45 miles of countryside before taking his own life. No warning signs, no manifesto, no clear motive was ever found. In one of the safest countries on Earth, in one of its quietest regions, it happened anyway. Some questions history refuses to answer. 5 events, 5 dates that all share June 2nd, centuries apart, yet each one a reminder of the same truth. History is not something that happened to other people in other times. It is happening right now, all around us. If this made you think, subscribe, because next week we go even deeper.